Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sohum Reactions. Peace, love, and positivity to you. Today's reaction request comes from Russell, who's sending us 3 additional songs from Lionel Richie. We're going to be checking out All Night Long, Say You, Say Me, and Stuck on You. It's been a little bit of time since we visited Lionel Richie on the channel, but I'm absolutely in love with his ballads. That seems to be like his sweet spot when it comes to his voice and the overall instrumentation, the melodies he selects. But of course, Lionel probably has more sides to him than just the ballad. So despite my hope for these tracks being somewhere along the lines of a ballad, if we get something different, I will take it as well, because I want to discover all of the sides that Lionel has to him as a musician. So we're only going to find out one way, and that's by jumping into it. So once again, thank you to Russell for the request. But without further ado, let's do this. Let's jump in. This is All Night Long, in parentheses, all night. There was like a man screaming out earlier. Kind of felt like a tribal scream. And this is an interesting beat. So did this woman just do the robot in that cutout? Oh my god. Dude, she is so smooth. Look at this. I'm far too clumsy to be able to do that.
Let the music play on. Everybody sing, everybody dance. Lose yourself in wild romance. We're going to party, caramba, fiesta, forever. Come on and sing along.
It's a chill party song.
Party, caramba, fiesta,
I was thinking maybe it could become a ballad, but that is not where we're at right now. Ooh. The beat kicking in is so satisfying. Now we have call and response between Lionel and the backing vocals. Oh, is that a synthesizer?
Everyone's dancing their troubles away. Come join our party, see how we play.
That's the loudest part of the song. Blast of trumpet. Oh wow. This is a language I do not recognize. These kids are so cute. What is he wearing? A strawberry fit bandana at the top. Target sheet. Good vibes through and through.
Everyone you meet, they're jamming in the street all night long. Yeah, I said, everyone you meet,
the cops coming to bust the party.
in the street all night
I bet you he's gonna start dancing.
long.
Let's see. Called it. Join the fun, man. Don't break it up. Have a good time. look at them dancing the night away. Dancing and partying all night long, that was like the life of a younger, like more college-aged Sohum. Like I used to be able to stay up around the clock, like all the way up to 6 a.m., then just pull an all-nighter, stay up the entire rest of the next day to reset my sleep schedule. Nowadays, if I happen to be awake at like 2 a.m., it's impossible for me to keep my keep myself awake. Usually the times where I'm up that late, there's like something going wrong in my personal life, or I'm just like so busy that like I really need to just get a lot of things done to stay up that late. But honestly, those are just like vestiges of the bad habits that I kind of picked up over the years, and just me being a night owl. Sometimes it's like a bit of a hedge against like, no, so you can just go to sleep, because I'm like, oh, but implicitly I'm a night owl. But in any case, this song, super good vibes. Like I was expecting at some point for this song to, I guess, become more of a ballad, just because like the way that Lionel was singing up front, I felt like, okay, he has it in him to convert this. But the beat, I guess I should have used that as a bit of a dead giveaway to know that maybe it's not as, you could call it, compatible with your average like strict piano ballad. And I like the good vibes. So for me, this is a song that like gives me additional energy to like make it through the rest of the day. And, I would say like simple vocals overall, but what makes it fun is all of the unique textures that we're hearing. It shows up in like the cloud of vocals from the backing choir. We had like the hand drums. There was a few other instruments that like felt atypical from your standard arrangements. Lush strings in the distance, though they were like intermittent at first, eventually they sliced their way through. One thing I wish I could hear the bass a little bit more clearly throughout this track, but the rhythm, I think that's where all of the money is made. And when you can get everybody dancing, you don't even need melody for real to get the party started and just pumping throughout the rest of the night. Half the time, like when I've been like out at parties for that long, most of the playlist, I'm not going to have heard it before. And yes, like I do focus a lot on good melodies, but when it comes to just dancing, the rhythm is the thing that just takes you away. Great first song. Definitely not a ballad, but fun nonetheless. Let's jump into Say You, Say Me.
Say you, say me.
This is already giving more ballad energy.
Say it for always. That's the way it should be. Say you, say me. Say it together naturally. I had a dream, I had an awesome dream. People in the park, playing games in the dark. And what they played was a masquerade.
They played a masquerade.
From behind the walls of doubt, a voice was crying out.
Okay, I'm wondering what he's getting at. Also, there's this like fluttering digital effect that I'm picking up on. I don't have a better way to describe it, but it continues to like travel across my headphones.
Masquerade from behind the walls of doubt, a voice was crying.
That's cool.
Help me.
Say you, say me, say for always.
Oh wow, that man can dance.
That's the way it should be. Say you, say me, say it together. Naturally.
Say you, say me. This is not a idiom I'm really familiar with.
As we go down,
Like, we see eye to eye, something like that.
Seems the hardest thing to do is to find a friend or two.
Also, pay attention to this like slow tempo. There's so much time between the beats.
Someone who understands. When you feel you lost your way, you got someone there to say, I'll show you.
Okay. Oh.
Say you, say me.
I thought we were about to get electric guitar.
Say it for always. Oh, that's the way it should be. Say you, say me. Say it together. Truly.
Somehow the meaning of this song is not as obvious to me. The way that my brain is interpreting say you, say me, say it together, that is like establishing connection through common ground. You could say it's unity. You could also kind of gear it towards communication, where you both want to speak your authentic truth, and if you happen to actually agree, well, that helps you establish a mutual understanding from where you can bounce off of and, you know, further your relationship. So maybe it's like a song about unity through communication, the communication being like the main mechanism to establish understanding. Naturally. Whoa, kicks up now. Okay.
Well, the whole world's got to dance, and that's right, I'm telling you. Time to start believing. Oh, yes. Believing who you are. You are a shining star.
So it's a wide sound.
Say you, say me. Say it for always. That's the way it should be. Say you, say me.
Oh, he's such a good singer.
Say it together. Naturally. Say it together. Naturally.
I like that. I certainly qualify this one as a ballad, though it's still less of a ballad compared to some of the other ballads we've had from Lionel Richie. I think the bridge is the main thing that like separates it from a pure piano ballad into something a little bit more fluid. But you guys know how I feel about electric guitar. The fact that we had that distorted sound kind of cut its way through the mix in that moment, but actually there were hints of it earlier on, was a really nice touch to this song. And it kind of allowed Lionel to actually take a step back in terms of complexity of his delivery. I think he has sung these last two songs in a very straight up manner. What I mean by that is there aren't too many vocal stylings. There aren't as many notes that Lionel is singing in total. Like the frequency is lower. He's just sustaining a lot of the notes at the end of his phrasing. So I think there's less vocal dynamics than I was expecting from a Lionel Richie ballad, but doesn't change how much I like the actual melody in song. And towards the end, my understanding of Say You, Say Me also gets extended by this idea of communication as a way not only to learn new information, but to reaffirm what you both already know. Because sometimes it's just important to reestablish where your common ground is. Think about a romantic relationship where things are going great and you've established core values that you both adhere to, and at some point you don't see eye to eye on some surface level thing. And that surface level thing may indicate to the other, like, oh, somehow if you were able to like think about this thing in that way, we're no longer viewing the ground truth that we have similarly. But the way to kind of curtail that assumption is just to reestablish what the ground truth is. If you and I both believe in authenticity and being honest and being loving, if that's both of our joint belief and we reaffirm that case, then really whatever we think about that situation isn't going to be related to those beliefs anymore. We don't have to question it because it's already been reaffirmed. It's sort of like you have a symptom of a problem and we're like quickly just checking the root. We're getting a pulse of how things are going. And if the issue is just related to this one symptom, then it can be addressed at the symptom level. Things aren't necessarily always a level deeper, but it is nice to kind of reestablish that the level deeper, is still there. It's a version of saying I love you to the person that you've already said I love you to 1,000 times, but say it 1,001 times. There shouldn't be any issue in doing that, and somehow doing it that time when it's desperately needed is the bridge that can rekindle the relationship. If things are somehow like at their worst, or you're just in a momentary trough, those are the exact words you would like to hear from that person. So yeah, say you, say me. I think there's unity through communication, and I think there's reaffirmation as well. Let's jump into the final track of the day, Stuck on You. Looks like we're on the road. Commodores.
Stuck on you. Got this feeling down deep in my soul that I just can't lose. Guess I'm on my way.
I like the acoustic melody.
Needing a friend, and the way I feel now, I guess I'll be with you till the end. Guess I'm on my way. Mighty glad you stayed.
Oh, this is the prettiest song yet.
Stuck on you, been a fool too long. I guess it's time for me to come on home. Guess I'm on my way. So hard to see that a woman like you could wait around for a man like me. Guess I'm on.
What's funny is I just did a reaction to oh god, let me make sure I have her name right. Give me a second. I just did a reaction to Catherine Russell, and she had a song titled I'm Sticking With You, Baby. And somehow, like, I didn't even plan it to be this way, but somehow Stuck on You, it's like an extension of that song from Catherine Russell. The idea being, I am so attached to you and I will do everything that I can to remain close to you emotionally, physically, spiritually, intellectually, because I'm stuck on you. You're always on my mind, and the absence is certainly felt. It's interesting, when you think about music, there's only so many like topics to talk about, and there's more than that too. I don't want to be too reductive. It just happens that we're addressing getting stuck on each other this time around.
My way. Mighty glad you stayed.
I love songs that like touch on topics that nobody else talks about. Kind of forces you to think outside of your own knowledge of the world.
And I know just where I'm going. Packed up my troubles and I throw them all away. 'Cause this time, little darling, I'm coming home to stay.
Great harmony.
I'm stuck on you.
I like how Lionel emerges from that harmony too, as the soul voice.
Guess I'm on my way.
Distant electric guitar.
And the way I feel now, I guess I'll be with you till the end. Yes, I'm on my way.
This final chorus, if we get it, is potentially going to be the most intense.
Mighty glad you stayed.
Or the calmest. It was a polarized response. Wow. Interesting. You know, stylistically, I'm kind of noting that many of the Lionel Richie songs that I've reacted to, the final chorus will actually be a subdued version of what you could get in a more like power rock ballad, just to paint the more extreme example. Also, forgive me, I think I paused it too early. There's a bit more footage here. Give me a second. It looked like a black screen, so I just kind of went for it. Which it is a black screen, but let's see if there's more. Okay, yeah. Some B-roll, I guess. The confetti at the Commodores show. Okay, I'm glad we got that all under our belt. Yeah, that's something I've been noticing with a lot of Lionel Richie tracks is that the second to last chorus will be often the most intense part of the song in terms of volume, in terms of even Lionel's delivery. And after the bridge, or after even like the second to last post chorus, then things start to kind of wane and get into a more reflective place afterwards. It's now that I like have a rough idea if that's like how he approaches some of the songs that he writes, I am not like completely like derailed. It's just a very interesting approach, because generally the way that, you know, your third chorus will sound in a lot of songs, just overall, that third chorus is going to be your most intense one, and then things kind of wane. But to kind of move that peak to the middle of the track, it almost feels like you can infinitely loop these songs, because you start in a more mellow place, you have the gradual rise into the peak, then you fall again. So if you were to now end the song but have it on repeat, you're going to loop right back to the same place you were dynamically, because both of those places are pretty similar. You could say like the song is bookended in a way that's very consistent with what came right up front. So to me, like most of the Lionel Richie songs that I'm like now remembering have that relative structure. That's not the only structure that he even uses or that's out there, but it's one that I would say is extremely infrequent when it comes to just songs in general. Honestly, like I would be hard pressed to like identify other artists who like routinely return to the second to last chorus being the bigger one. Or if they're doing that, what will happen is their final chorus will like take a bit of a different turn stylistically, or, you know, have different instruments. Some modification is made. So I will say, like with a lot of Lionel Richie tracks, there is a certain level of like simplicity that is just baked in And to me, it's all about the execution once you're past like establishing what the melody is. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm feeling right now. I'm not sure if you guys concur with what I'm saying, or if what I'm saying is just like a completely new take for you guys. Let me know in the comments. But I would say my favorite song of the three today, if I had to choose, I really liked the dynamics in All Night Long. That one definitely like threw me for the biggest loop. I think Say You Say Me had a really nice melody. Same with Stuck on You. Though I think the dynamics in Say You Say Me grabbed me just a little bit more, and obvious bias towards electric guitar. So I think I will go in the order that we heard the tracks: All Night Long, Say You Say Me, and Stuck on You. Alright, that's it for the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. As always, if you'd like to request one yourself, the link is in the description box below. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and peace.